Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our City Skylines playthrough. You're going to notice that there's some differences in the city today. I've changed the interchange up here with the highway. We had a clover leaf in here before and it was starting to be a little bit basic for what we needed. So I copied interchange. It's a little ugly looking right now, but we'll pretty that up later. This interchange works a heck of a lot better than the standard clover leaf does. I also bought the tile down here, and we're going to buy this one eventually just to get this other interchange in here. And I put a three-way interchange in here and connected to the bottom of our business district. We had a lot of traffic that was trying to get into our little off-ramps here. And it worked when we were smaller, but now that we're growing upwards of the 50,000 range, the off-ramps were starting to get a little backed up. We still have some on-ramps along here just to alleviate traffic through the interior roads, but for now, we're going to keep the off-ramps or the on-ramps out of this area because it's just creating too much congestion. So, what are we going to be doing today? Well, we need to have a look at our city services because we have grown substantially since the last time we took a run through them. And I think we're just going to have a run through the info panel today and do some improvements on quality of life and the like. So we have a lot of electricity. Let's check our budget and make sure that we set this appropriately. Pop it down just a bit, run the game, see how that does. Still have a fair excess, so let's drop it down just a bit more. And we'll check it again. I wish we could keep this up as we're changing the budget, but we can't. Let's pop it down slightly more. We want to be very thin with our budget on this kind of stuff so we have some money reserves. So we are just above capacity, and I think I'm going to leave it there for the time being. We are not growing at this point, and I don't intend to grow too much in this episode. We're going to hopefully just stabilize and get our services put together. Water and sewer is just fine, so we don't need to worry about those. Garbage disposal, how are we doing? We have a few bad areas in here, which is surprising because we have two disposal facilities right nearby. It could be a product of the one-way roads, which often create some difficulties with garbage. Because this is an industrial area, I'm going to put another garbage disposal area or facility in here, and hopefully that will alleviate the problem. So that's a one-way road there. We want to go as upstream here as possible. Oh, this is remedying itself. Why is that? Where else do we have some issues? We've got some issues up here. We don't want to put a recycling center right in the residential area. That would be kind of bad. It's noisy. We've got two right here. I'm surprised that they're not servicing this a little bit better. A little surprising. What are the capacities of this? Oh, they're at max capacity. That is why they are not servicing. So let us drop another recycling center. Yeah, let's put them all together. It'll be a big recycling center. So I hope that alleviates the garbage issue there. Let's check if there's any other problem areas of the city. It doesn't look like it. There's some gray down here, but they're not complaining about garbage by the looks of it at this point, so we will just leave it. See, they're getting picked up. We can see the buildings turning to bright blue from time to time. There is a little backup in here, but that is not bad at all, and it does not require another facility at this point. Let's look at our happiness levels. Citizens overall fairly happy. Why is this guy unhappy? He doesn't have enough customers. I'm hoping that the freeway addition down here will bring more customers. We could check our metro lines and see if they're coming close enough. The metro is not coming very close into here. I wonder if we were to bring some more metro traffic down, if we would get a little bit better customer coverage. Let's do a metro station right there, and we will simply tie it up onto this one. Is that connecting properly? Okay, we'll just do a little express train, just a single express train. Let's give this a color so that we don't get confused. Let's make it dark blue. Oh, do we already have a dark blue? We do. Let's make it pink. Okay, so a little express line there. Not the most ideal, but I don't want to work on Metro too much this episode. We're really trying to get some of the needs met at this point. So hopefully that'll give us some more customers. What are these guys complaining about? Still customers as well. Hopefully these metro lines alleviate it. What about bus lines? Do we have one coming through? We do have one coming kind of close. We could drag this a little more interior. And this is the purple line that services this residential area. And we could pull this down. Let's just see what this will do. Oh, we're still on metro. We want to get on buses here. That creates a little bit of a wonky line, doesn't it? We can fix it. We can fix this. That's even wonkier than the one before. Okay. That's a bit better. It gives us some more stops around the area. Hopefully people will walk inward. Make sure we have a pedestrian path there, which is good. And I think actually the pedestrian traffic in this area isn't too bad. We do have some walkways in between all the areas, so that should be just fine. So we'll let that issue try to resolve itself. Let's move on to some healthcare. And right now, let's see. Let's look at the extended building mod here. So we have very low everything except death care. Very low cargo, high schools. I don't know why business districts would need high schools and stuff close. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Death care wise, the city is doing pretty darn good. I've made sure to pop crematoriums into a lot of the new residential areas that I've been creating. And that seems to have taken care of most of the death care. We do have a few popping up, but it's nothing too bad right now. Let's just re-examine this healthcare. Like, if I were to pop a medical center somewhere into here, would that make these businesses a lot happier? Let's put one right there. Let's see if they level up now. Yep, they're leveling up, so they want hospitals around their areas as well. Fire protection and police. They don't have very good fire protection and police, so let's do that. Okay. Everybody's happy except this little interior crescent here, which is understandable because they're hard to access. Now the buildings are leveling up like crazy. Let's take another look at the UI here. So we have good health, good fire, police should be coming up soon enough. Schools. Why do businesses need schools nearby? Well, here's a bit of a residential area, so let's put some right there. We'll put an elementary and a high school. The crime rate was high there, so hopefully the police station will take care of that. University, why? Why does a business need university right by? Transportation is low, parks are low. Let's have a look at the rest of the city as far as fire and police coverage is concerned. So fire safety a little low. We could put a fire station. We've got one up here. We could put one down here as well. That should take care of that. We have a lot of budget, so we're not too worried about money at this point. Fire coverage is bad up here. Pop one in there as well. One-way roads, they create so many issues. So even though we have a fire station down here, these guys are not getting serviced very well, are they? Let's put another one right in here. Yeah, these guys, the coverage is just abysmal. Let's have a look at crime. See, look at let's just have a look at this. So death care, we have 2 crematoriums in range of this place. And traffic issues are a non-issue in here. And yet we still have bodies to be picked up. The death care AI, a little off. A little bit off. Okay, so traffic we're not going to bother looking at because I know the traffic is bad. We're going to work on that another time. Little pockets of fire safety issues, and those might be resolved by putting the small stations somewhere very nearby where the issues are. Let's just see if we can do that. Yep. Not going to worry about those for the time being. Police coverage is okay. Land values, fine. This is the one I wanted to work on most today. So this is the recreation and leisure indicators. So we are going to work on some of this. And I want to use some of the buildings that I haven't used just yet, like the botanical gardens, which I've got selected right now. And we're going to have to try to find a place where this will fit because it is a tricky one to fit. There we go. Okay, so let's try something else. We have the skateboard park or the sunken plaza. The sunken plaza works really good in the business areas, but it's a small park, so you're not going to get too much impact from it. See, it didn't really do a lot. The Paradox Plaza is a small park as well. I like to use basketball courts in the business area because there often is basketball courts in downtown type areas. Let's put one somewhere up here. A little bit better. Put another one down here maybe. Okay, got some blue. Let's put a plaza. Very close to good leisure right now. We'll put another plaza up here. That should take care of that area. This area, wow, they are suffering. They're very bored people at this point. So let's give them something to do. I think a nice residential skateboard park would be good. And let us think of something else. Dog park would be a pretty nice addition to a residential area. And maybe right here on the outskirts we'll put a large playground. That should have a pretty big impact. We'll have to do another one up here. Okay, now in the industrial area, there would likely be some basketball courts every now and then. What else makes sense for an industrial area? Maybe just like a small park with benches and stuff. Somewhere to eat your lunch. Yeah, I think that's good enough for now. Now this business district here has really nothing, so let's think about plaza with picnic tables. I like that idea. We'll put a couple of these in. Very short range on the small parks. It's kind of disappointing. You really do have to spam them in if you want good coverage. Now, let's work on this new residential. Wow, look at the death care issues up here. Like, how many crematoriums do you need in such a small neighborhood? Well, we'll accommodate and put another one in there, but that is really odd. Dog park would be kind of a neat one. Let's see, what else do we have? Bouncy castle, that's really tacky. Park with trees. Nice big park. I like it. Now this is actually a park in the real city, so we can see if we could fit something in here. Okay, a little bit of a dead zone right here. No pun intended, with all the corpses waiting to get picked up. Let's do something in there as well. Plaza with trees is not fitting. Large playground, where could we fit that? Man, the ranges on these things is nuts. Look, we have a park right here, and these guys are complaining they have no leisure. They'll walk like 1,000,000 miles to get to a bus stop, but they can't walk half a block to get to a park. This area needs some major work. Let us grab the big park and see if we can place it somewhere. And we'll do another one up here. Looks like we'll need one down here as well. Will you fit anywhere? Not likely, eh? Playgrounds for everybody. These guys on the dead-end street just, could we do a plaza right on the waterfront? We're not gonna have enough room. Put it on this side. Yeah, not bad. I mean, the coverage of the parks is so silly. You know? Okay, we've got some really upgraded buildings now. Probably be getting skyscrapers soon enough. This area was really deficient in building services and whatnot, and it stayed very low level for a very long time. So I'm kind of glad that it's now taking off a bit. Yeah, is that a goods complaint? Is that what that is? Customers again. Yep, that was a goods complaint, I think. Worker education too low. Interesting. Is it time for a university in our city? I think it just might be time. Okay, well, let's have a review. We did some leisure improvements, and we made sure we had water, electricity, garbage, healthcare, etc., available for everybody. So we've kind of updated our services. We're on the growth pattern again, and I think what we're going to do from now on for the playthrough is I will do the standard stuff off camera, and I will bring you guys in for some special projects that I will do. And so you'll see the city changing a little bit off camera, and when we come back we'll be doing something that maybe you would be interested in putting into your city. The one thing that I just thought of doing was creating sort of a campus for the university, and you know, a nice big campus with some unique buildings around it and that sort of thing. And that's kind of I think what we're going to do for the rest of the playthrough of this game, because it's not overly interesting to watch me lay out roads and test traffic and that sort of stuff every episode. So, and we'll do some more of those as we go down the road, but I think for the time being, we'll do them more kind of as a tutorial setup instead. So for today, guys, that's going to be it. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode or the other episodes or the tutorials I've been putting out, please give me a like below. I always appreciate that. If you are so inclined, a subscription is also appreciated. Until next time, bye-bye.